Right now at noon, the state of Missouri requests an execution date for a man convicted of raping and killing a child in Newton County.
And we continue to warm up today and through the weekend. It'll be rain chances coming in Saturday night.
Plus, parts of southeast Kansas will now have a new way to receive mental health services.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Missouri Attorney General requests an execution date for a convicted child killer in southwest Missouri. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Noe. 16 years after the death of Rowan Ford, the AG's office takes steps to move forward with the execution of Christopher Collins. In November 2007, Collins abducted, raped, and murdered 9-year-old Rowan Ford from Stella, Missouri in Newton County. He later threw her body in a sinkhole known as Fox Cave near Powell, Missouri in McDonald County. Court records show Collins burned the rope he used to strangle Ford, the blood-stained clothing he wore during the attack, and his blood-stained mattress. Collins eventually confessed to authorities. In 2012, a jury from Platte County in a courtroom in Phelps County convicted Collins and sentenced him to death. Authorities in Pittsburgh charge a man they say broke into a home armed with a knife. It happened Wednesday around 5:15 p.m. in the 900 block of East 8th Street. Police responded to a call about a man breaking into a home. When they arrived, the homeowner was outside and told them the suspect was inside. Officers went in and arrested 25-year-old Zach Camplin of Pittsburgh. He's charged with aggravated assault, criminal threat, and criminal damage to property. Thursday afternoon, a rollover crash occurred in Ibex Road near Kentucky Road northwest of Neosho. Newton County coroner pronounced George Owens, 57, of Neosho on scene. Missouri State Highway Patrol troopers investigating the crash say the Ford F-150 left the road to the right, overcorrected, and overturned through a fence into a field.
Well, we started off with a frost warning in our area. Temperatures near freezing, but already in the 60s right now. Winds are still pretty light out of the east, and we've got good low humidity, so it's not too humid out there. Temperatures across the region, everybody's in the 60s, except for Stockton and Nevada. Stockton 56 and Nevada 59. But we're all going to warm up to the upper 60s today, so it's going to be a really nice day. We've got some high clouds in the area, but no rain on the forecast, not until Saturday night. Well, we'll talk about that in just a second, but today it's going to be really nice, getting up to a high of 68 in the Joplin region and surrounding counties. May even hit temperatures in the 70s. Now, we do have that storm coming in tomorrow night, and we have a low risk for storms. And I'll have more details for you in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Now over to a live look at the citywide garage sale in Neosho, Missouri. It's the state's largest garage sale. The sale happens rain or shine, and luckily this year it'll be nice and sunny as it warms up across the area. Over 400 area sales in the Neosho community are available to shoppers. The citywide garage sale runs all day today and tomorrow, and for more information you can visit our website at koamnewsnow.com. At around noon today, the city of Joplin closed 4th Street at the railroad crossing between Murphy Boulevard and Grand Avenue for track maintenance by a railroad contractor. The city says to expect closure until 7 p.m. this evening. In partnership with Crawford County Health Department, today CCMHC brings the mobile same-day access RV to various areas in Crawford County. This to reduce barriers for mental health and substance use services for those who are unable to reach the physical Pittsburgh location for same-day access.
A couple of my colleagues and I thought maybe going mobile in the community is something we'd like to do. So an opportunity came up to partner with the health department, who we utilize their RV, and so we just started reaching out.
Mobile same-day access will be available the first Friday of each month from 9 a.m. to noon in the parking lot of Northeast High School, and on the last Friday of every month at 9 a.m. to noon at the Crawford County Courthouse. Freeman Hospital in Neosho, Missouri is providing a life-saving screening to women free of charge. Women can get free mammograms at the hospital today from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The free screenings are provided by the Helping Friends Mammogram Fund, which also provides free screenings every year at the Freeman Women's Center in Joplin. A 4.7 magnitude earthquake struck the New York City region this morning across the U.S. Geological Survey, with a shaking witnessed during the United Nations Security Council meeting. Camera inside the security meeting captured the moment the tremors began during a speech by the president of Save the Children, Janti Soripto. Soripto then paused her speech and asked another attendee, quote, "Is that an earthquake?" A member of the meeting can then be heard joking to Soripto that said she had caused the ground to shake before the meeting resumed. The quake's epicenter was near White House Station in New Jersey. The USGS said no damage was immediately reported. Well, coming up, PSU gets a visit from a famous TV actor who's spreading a message of hope. And later, we're making American goulash in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Community members yesterday came together at the Fort Scott National Cemetery to recognize and remember those who have served our country. The University of Central Missouri, along with several local secondary educators, worked to research and create biographies about underrepresented veterans from the Civil War and World War II.
What was really kind of exciting is that when you're out and you're exploring the site, the number of questions that are actually created rather than answered. So it brings that sense of inquiry and wonder. And, if that happens to adults who are teachers, I'm excited about what that could do for our students.
The Fort Scott National Cemetery is open to the public every day from dawn to dusk. PSU hosted actor Rainn Wilson, best known as Dwight Schrute in the TV show The Office, as part of the H. Lee Scott Speaker Series yesterday evening. The author, producer, and philanthropist spoke about truth, identity, and purpose. He also participated on a panel with more than 15 students.
I'm fortunate because college students tend to love The Office and really respond to Dwight and stuff like that. So, the things I'm interested in, I feel like a lot of college students can relate to.
It was a sold-out event. More than 1,000 people attended. In his talk, Rainn Wilson also spoke about hope. And April is National Month of Hope, which celebrates the power of the feeling. Some four-staters know exactly how hope can be encouraging, especially when dealing with life's ups and downs. KOAM's Fernanda Silva has their story.
Hope is what keeps you going every day.
Sharon Clark had to learn the hard way how important it is to cultivate the feeling of hope.
During your cancer journey, you do want to just give up. You just feel terrible and you think, why go through this?
Clark had to deal with the diagnosis and treatment twice. The first one came when she was 27 years old and pregnant. She chose not to give up on herself or her baby.
That tells me a lot about your hope, how you're very hopeful that things were going to work out for you and for your kid.
Yes, there is hope, and in the end it was worth every bad day I had. We only get one shot at life.
Clark started advocating not only for the early detection of cancer with the 4 states Hope for You Breast Cancer Foundation, but also for the feeling carried in the name of the organization where she is the president. Clark is joined by actor Rainn Wilson in the mission of spreading hope. They don't work together, their audience and reach are different, but their message is similar.
Get young people kind of thinking on maybe on a slightly different level, on a little deeper level, and a little inspiration, a little cajoling, a little laughter along the way. It's one of my favorite activities.
Wilson uses his platform to talk about the pursuit of happiness, among many other things.
People are interested in me for Dwight, and that opens doors for me to be able to speak about other stuff that I'm really passionate about, like mental health and spirituality.
A famous person has so many avenues to be a platform for hope.
A feeling that can take people further.
as long as you have hope, I think anything's possible.
Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
To learn more about Hope for You, go to our website at koamnewsnow.com. Still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Today we're serving up an all-American dish that you're not going to want to miss. All I can say is you better be hungry.
And we've got some storms rolling in on Saturday. I'll have all those details right after the break. We had a cooler start this Friday morning with that frost advisory still in effect and temperatures in the low 30s, close to freezing. But we warmed up quite a bit throughout the morning hours, and it's shaping up to be a really gorgeous day. You take a look out in 7th range line. We have some tall clouds, but for the most part, it's going to be sunny all day long. Can't say the same for yesterday. It was cooler than average yesterday, with our high only getting up to about 62 and our low was at 36. So we started off actually a little cooler this morning, but we'll warm up a lot more than we did yesterday. Like I said, we've got some tall clouds in the region, but no rain in the forecast until Saturday. That system that we're tracking still off in California, bringing us some rain Saturday evening into the overnight hours, but clearing by early hours on Sunday. So it won't affect most of your day-to-day planning for the weekend. And temperatures across the region getting up there. Grove 67 already, Miami 66. So we have some counties that could be warming up to the 70s today. But for the Joplin region, only getting up to about 68. We've got some clouds in the region. Temperatures dropping down to the low 50s. So it's not going to be too cool tonight either. Now, after all that rain that we had on Monday, drought conditions have improved significantly. The Joplin region, Pittsburgh, Nevada, all out of a dry conditions for those droughts. Now, we do still have some that are going to be improved within the next couple of months. Some of these counties, especially out in Kansas and the northern counties, those are just dry conditions in the yellow, will be able to be improved within 3 to 6 months, so within this next spring storm season. But still, Montgomery County in that severe drought conditions, those conditions aren't going to be fixed within the next 3 to 6 months. Takes a lot longer than that. It's a long-lasting drought condition. But we do have some more rain chances coming in on Saturday, so maybe we'll have some improvement in some of those other counties. Starts off pretty warm but windy on Saturday. We'll also have some clouds in the region. The storm comes in around 11 p.m. and clears by the early hours on Sunday. We're still going to have a breezy Sunday, but temperatures still getting up to the 70s, and it'll be sunny all day long. Take a closer look at that. We'll start to see clouds come in, and then boom, there comes the storms. About 11 p.m., nothing too severe, but our main threat will be wind. We could see winds gusting 30, 40 miles per hour, even as fast as about 60 miles per hour as the storm comes through. So we'll see it push through our region in the late evening hours, and then overnight, about 2:30 a.m., covering most of our southern counties just south of Joplin, but it'll be completely out of our region by 6 a.m. So it's a pretty short-lived system that's passing through, and it's not dropping those temperatures too much. We see temperatures by Sunday still getting up to about 70 degrees. Now, what you can expect for Monday, this is about the time that we're expecting the solar eclipse to pass through our area. You can see there's a lot of clouds, especially in the West Plains region, which is where that area of the path of totality is. So you may want to think ahead on that if you plan on driving out there. Take into account the clouds that we have. Now, even in the Joplin region and surrounding counties, still going to be covered in some clouds, but it may be a little bit better than driving all the way out to West Plains. Now, today, getting up to the upper 60s, only dropping down to the lower 50s for our low. The rest of the weekend in the 70s, but we do have pretty windy conditions and those rain chances coming in Saturday night that you might want to prepare for. Now, we'll be back after the break.
There's no wrong way to make a goulash, and this version is super easy and full of flavor. Howard shows us the recipe for American goulash in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If you ask 10 people how to make a good old American goulash, you probably get 10 different answers. That's because everyone grew up with a version that's slightly different. Today, I'm sharing a basic recipe that's always a hit and is easy enough to add your own special touches to. We start by sauteing some ground beef with a chopped onion and green pepper. Once the beef is browned, take it off the heat and drain it really well. Now, we add a jar of spaghetti sauce, and yes, any brand is fine. Maybe even look for one that's on sale. Okay, we add a few seasonings, a half a pound of uncooked Elba macaroni, and a splash of water. That's right, I said uncooked. All this goes into a casserole dish. We'll cover it and pop it in the oven until the pasta is tender and all the flavors come together. Then right before serving it, we take it out, sprinkle on some mozzarella cheese, and back into the oven it goes, just long enough for all the cheese to get melty. I gotta warn you though, it's not gonna be easy to keep everyone from lining up in your kitchen, since the whole house is gonna have a rich aroma of an Italian restaurant. The recipe for our American goulash is online now, so you can turn a few everyday ingredients into a mouth-watering meal. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an all-American way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just head on over to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
Today's agri.
Well, today getting into the upper 60s with our low only dropping down to the low 50s. So it's going to be a pretty warm day ahead and continuing that streak on Saturday, getting into the 70s. However, it's going to be pretty windy, clouds roll in, and we have storms coming in Saturday night. Clearing out pretty early though on Sunday, so we're going to have a sunny day on Sunday. However, I can't say the same for Monday. It is going to be cloudy, unfortunately. Right at the time that we're expecting the solar eclipse to come through our area, we may have some clouds covering, which is always a bummer.
We've been hyping it up and talking about it. So sad. That,
I know.
But, you know, fingers crossed that maybe the clouds will roll out.
You never know. Yeah, you never know. It could work out.
It could.
Fingers crossed.
And it'll be nice this weekend anyway, so
it will be
something to look forward to. All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, coming up tonight at 5, the job market continues to defy the odds. The Labor Department, it says employers added over 300,000 workers in the month of March. We're going to take a look at how the job market is surpassing economists' expectations. Plus, more from Neosho's citywide garage sale. We'll check out some of the shops as well as items shoppers are getting their hands on. And representation of progress in Carthage, Missouri as they elect their first Latino school board member. Join us for those stories and more on KOAM News at 5. That's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. We'll, of course, see you right back here at 5. Until then, have a great rest of your day.